Welcome back, Waynesider fans, to a story that's ripped the heart out of the WWE Universe. Tonight, we're diving into the seismic betrayal that's left fans and wrestlers alike in shock. Roman Reigns firing his Wiseman, Paul Heyman, in a moment that's shattered the bloodline and rocked WWE to its core. This is a tale of power, loyalty, and a fracture so deep it's left scars on a dynasty. Stay with us as we unravel the emotional weight of this moment, a betrayal that's more than a storyline, it's personal. Roman Reigns has been the head of the table for years, the tribal chief whose reign has defined an era. With Paul Heyman by his side, he's built the bloodline into an unstoppable force, a family empire that's dominated WWE. But that dominance came with a cost. The pressure to maintain his throne, to carry the Anoa'i family's legacy, has weighed heavily on Roman. Behind the stoic facade, there's a man, Joe Anoa'i, grappling with the expectations of a company, a fanbase, and a bloodline that demands perfection. Paul Heyman, the Wiseman, has been more than a manager, he's been Roman's confidant, his strategist, his shield. Their bond, forged through years of triumphs, seemed unbreakable. Heyman's silver tongue crafted the bloodline's narrative, elevating Roman, the Usos, and Solo Sikoa to mythic status. But beneath the surface, there were cracks. The Wiseman's loyalty was to the tribal chief, but his ambitions often stretched beyond, whispering of new clients, new plans, new power. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. The Anoa'i family's legacy is the heartbeat of this story. Roman, Jimmy, Jay, and Solo carry the weight of their ancestors, legends like Afa, Sika, and Yokozuna, who built WWE's foundation. That pride fuels their dominance but also breeds pressure. Roman, as the family's torchbearer, has shouldered the most, his every decision scrutinized by his cousins and the wrestling world. The bloodline's unity has been their strength, but silent resentments have simmered, waiting for a spark. Backstage, the air has been thick with tension. The bloodline's grip on WWE's spotlight has sparked envy among other talents. Stars like Cody, Rhodes and Seth Rollins, who've clashed with Roman, respect his hustle but question his reliance on Heyman's machinations. Younger wrestlers, like Braun Breaker, see the bloodline as untouchable, a wall blocking their path. Roman, aware of the whispers, has pushed harder, his intensity bordering on paranoia, as if sensing a betrayal before it even happened. Heyman's role in the bloodline wasn't just strategic, it was emotional. He's been a father figure, a mentor, guiding Roman through personal and professional storms. When Roman battled leukemia, Heyman was there, quietly supporting him beyond the cameras. But that bond, so public in its loyalty, hid private tensions. Sources say Heyman's recent pitches for new storylines, ones that didn't always center Roman, caused friction. The Wiseman's gaze was drifting, and Roman felt it. The locker room has been a pressure cooker. The bloodline's dominance, while celebrated by fans, has bred resentment among peers. Jimmy and Jey Uso, once the heart of the tag team division, have struggled to shine outside Roman's shadow. Solo Sikoa, the enforcer, has been a silent force, but his ambition burns beneath his stoicism. Heyman, tasked with keeping the family united, was stretched thin, his loyalty questioned by those who saw him as a puppet master pulling too many strings. Roman's personal life added another layer of strain. His wife, Galena, and their children have been his anchor, but the demands of being the tribal chief left little room for family. Insiders say Roman confided in Heyman about the toll, trusting him to keep the bloodline strong. While he balanced fatherhood and stardom, that trust made the eventual betrayal sting all the more, a wound that cut deeper than any in-ring defeat. The emotional history of this saga is one of power and sacrifice. Roman's reign has been about proving he's the best, not just for himself but for his family's legacy. Every spear, every title defense, was a statement, the Anoa'i name would not fade. Heyman's role was to amplify that legacy, but his own ambitions, to remain wrestling's greatest mind, clashed with Roman's need for absolute loyalty. The tension built slowly, a storm brewing in the shadows. The breaking point came during a high-stakes production meeting. Roman, already on edge from weeks of grueling matches, was discussing the bloodline's next chapter with Triple H and key writers. Heyman, usually the voice of reason, was uncharacteristically quiet. Sources say Roman sensed something off, his instincts honed by years of battles. The meeting ended abruptly, with Roman storming out, his face a mask of fury. What happened next would change everything. Halfway through this saga, the betrayal exploded. On a live SmackDown, Roman stood in the ring, the Universal Championship gleaming on his shoulder, the bloodline at his back. Heyman, mic in hand, began a promo hyping their dominance. Then, in a moment that stunned the arena, he turned on Roman, his words venomous. He accused the tribal chief of losing his edge, of clinging to power while the bloodline crumbled. The crowd gasped as Heyman signaled to the stage, and a new client, rumored to be a rising star, emerged, attacking Roman with brutal precision. The assault was chaos. Jimmy and Jay hesitated, their loyalty torn, before joining the fray, but their strikes lacked conviction. Solo Sikoa, usually unflinching, froze, his eyes locked on Heyman. Roman fought back, his rage palpable, but the numbers were too much. The attack, orchestrated by the Wiseman, ended with Roman bloodied, the championship ripped from his grasp. The broadcast cut to black, but the image of Heyman's smirk lingered, a betrayal etched in time. Backstage, the locker room erupted. Wrestlers flooded gorilla position, some shouting in disbelief, others in anger. Triple H, caught off guard, demanded answers, his voice shaking with rage. Roman was tended to by medical staff, his silence more chilling than any promo. The Usos and Solo retreated to their locker room, their faces a mix of shock and guilt. Heyman, nowhere to be seen, had vanished into the night, leaving chaos in his wake. The emotional aftermath was a tidal wave. Fans flooded social media with hashtag #RomanZervesBetter, their heartbreak palpable. The bloodline, once a symbol of unity, was fractured, its future uncertain. Backstage whispers painted a grim picture. Heyman had been planning his exit for weeks, scouting new talent to replace Roman as his centerpiece. The betrayal wasn't just personal, it was a calculated move to reshape WWE's hierarchy. The locker room was divided. Cody Rhodes, who's battled Roman for years, was seen consoling him, their rivalry giving way to respect. Becky Lynch, a locker room leader, called the attack a disgrace, her voice cracking with emotion. Younger stars whispered about Heyman's influence, fearing his next move. The sense of betrayal wasn't just Roman's, it was a wound to the trust that holds WWE together, a reminder that even the closest allies can turn. Roman's family felt the sting most acutely. Galena, watching from home, was reportedly devastated, her trust in the business shaken. The Usos, caught between loyalty to Roman and their own ambitions, faced a reckoning. Jimmy's frustration boiled over in a heated argument with producers, while Jay's silence spoke volumes. Solo, the youngest, was torn, his loyalty to the family clashing with his respect for Heyman's guidance. The Anoa'i legacy, a cornerstone of WWE, now hangs in the balance. Roman's reign elevated the family to new heights, but this betrayal threatens to tarnish it. The bloodline's story, built on family and power, now mirrors a real-life fracture. Fans who chanted, "Acknowledge me," are left questioning whether the family can rebuild, or if this is the beginning of the end for their dynasty. Backstage whispers hint at deeper motives. Some say Heyman's betrayal was fueled by Roman's growing paranoia, pushing the Wiseman to seek new horizons. Others believe it was a power grab, a chance for Heyman to reclaim his status as wrestling's ultimate mastermind. Triple H's investigation into the attack has been quiet, but sources say he's torn. Punishing Heyman risks alienating a genius, but letting it slide undermines Roman's trust. The fans are the pulse of this story. At live events, "We want Roman," chants have erupted, a testament to his enduring connection with the WWE Universe. Signs reading, "Heyman betrayed us all," dot the crowds, reflecting a shared sense of loss. Social media is a battleground, with fans debating whether Roman can reclaim his throne or if Heyman's new client will redefine WWE's future. The emotional weight is heavy, a wound that cuts through kayfabe. Roman's future is uncertain. Those close to him say he's angry but resolute, vowing to return stronger.